Hello, and welcome aboard another episode of the Captain's Lifestyle Podcast. This is your captain speaking, Taylor Morgan. Today's episode is going to be all about my favorite brain-enhancing supplements, Nootopia. We're going to be doing an unboxing today. I did a video a while ago, an unboxing video of Nootopia that was super popular. And ever since then, I've been getting a ton of questions about different stacks, what I personally use, when, what they're good for, who they're good for, and a whole bunch of other things. So especially because I just launched my next group of the Captain's Lifestyle Program, which is my high performance coaching program for men, through 13 weeks of everything they need to know about optimizing their health, productivity, and masculine energy. And Nootopia is a huge part of that because I primarily work with high-level entrepreneurs who obviously want to maximize their brain's performance. And these, let me tell you, do just that. And we'll get into that. But before that, I want to give you a word from some of our other brain-boosting sponsors. Number one, Lambs, the sticker that I've got up here, and then also rocking their beanie. Lambs is EMF blocking clothing that are made from silver fibers, so it actually blocks up to 99% of the EMFs from entering your body. So every time I travel, I wear their beanie, I wear their shirt, and I wear their underwear, and every single time I have to get patted down going through security because if I were to walk through the wave scanner, it shows up as if my whole body is metal, and the TSA agent are like, what the fuck is going on here? And so I have to tell them, first off, I opt out of the wave scanner because that's just a ton of EMFs. But even if I walk through the metal detector, it lights up. So I tell them, hey, I'm opting out of this. I'm wearing clothes that are made of silver. It's blocking the EMFs. And they're always super interested to learn more about it because they're surrounded by EMFs in the airport all day long. Good to know that they're interested because EMFs can contribute to brain fog, fatigue, trouble sleeping, irritability, inflammation, like you name it. And even more chronic issues like Alzheimer's, dementia, and even cancer if left untreated. So this is why I wear Lambs, especially their beanie. I even sleep with this on to protect my $1 billion supercomputer, aka my brain, from the damages of oxidative stress that are caused by EMFs. And lucky for you guys, you can get the hookup on anything from Lambs. In fact, today, right before recording this podcast, I just bought one of their EMF blocking hats in sage green, which unfortunately it's limited edition. And I'm guessing by the time that this episode is out, it will be completely sold out. So anyways, if you guys want to get the hookup, head over to getlambs.com, enter code Captain Morgan. That will save you 10% on anything from Get Lambs. Next up, we've got Ketone IQ. This is another brain boosting supplement, and I take this every freaking day. It's amazing. In fact, let's take some right now. That's about 1 serving's worth. And these are drinkable liquid ketones. And why these are so good for brain health is because, well, a few reasons. One, your brain can either run on glucose or fat as fuel. And when you're in ketosis, your brain is burning fat as fuel. It's difficult for a lot of people to get into ketosis. It usually requires a few days of fasting or a full-on ketogenic diet. What Ketone IQ does is it basically speeds up that process to basically instantaneously. And you can measure that if you have a keto meter, as well as a blood glucose monitor, which I'm getting some, so I'll be able to test and actually show you guys the results. But I take that in the morning while fasted. It's fantastic for mental clarity, especially first thing in the morning when your brain may be a little foggy. And I take 2 servings before a workout. And let me tell you, that combined with nasal breathing is the best performance enhancer I have ever experienced in my decade plus in the fitness industry. I wish I would have known about that when I was a competitive CrossFit athlete because shit, it really does make a huge difference. So to get the hookup on Ketone IQ, head over to hvmn.com, enter code Captain Morgan 10. That will save you 10% on the world's best drinkable ketones. All right. Next up, this episode is brought to you by Aries Tech. It's this EMF protecting necklace that I wear around my neck. I've also got one on my computer here. I've got one on my phone that I'm recording on. And what's cool about Aries is that it doesn't directly block the EMFs like Lambs does. What Aries technology does is it draws in the chaotic energy and modulates it so it's actually less harmful to the body. It makes it more biocompatible. Don't ask me how that happens. I don't know how it happens. I'm having them on the podcast next month to talk about it, to let you guys know all about it, and to answer all of your questions. Because getting a bunch of questions about this too. They're actually sold out of the mini right now, which is around my neck. So hopefully by the time this podcast is released, they're back in stock, because this is my favorite. This and the devices is just a little sticker that you can place anywhere. I recommend people put it on the back of their phone. There's actually a really cool video that Aries put out of them doing a test with and without the Aries device, with people hooked up to EEGs. It's fascinating. So if you're one of the people who talks with their phone right up against their face, definitely need to invest in an Aries device. And lucky for you, you can get the hookup. For being a listener to the Captain's Lifestyle Podcast, you get an exclusive 25% off if you head over to ariestech.com and enter code Captain Morgan, or if you click the link in the description, that will take you to my custom page where you will find more information as well. All right. With all that being said, let's dive into the unboxing of Nootopia. Taking out my handy dandy switchblade and let's dive into it. All right, let's see what we got in here. So they changed their packaging. This is what it used to be. This is their World Domination box. So is this. So they changed the packaging to be more sleek. I love it. Just black, matte black, and then with the shiny box. I think it's super cool, super sleek, super cool, super fresh, super fly. I'm just having fun. All right, let's open it up, show you guys what's inside. Nootopia. I love that they give you a nice little welcome note with a whole bunch of goodies inside. So you've got this. Not going to go super into depth into this because I did this on the original unboxing, but they've got this little letter in here talking about the ingredients and stuff like that. And then they give you this, which is super helpful. This tells you what each stack is good for, as well as what it stacks well with. So this is a crucial piece of information. So keep this handy with your Nootopia box. Then they give you a custom thank you note written. It's not just typed up. I love the level of personability. But yeah, they clearly care about you. So they hook you up here at Nootopia. And then this is a card and a link to download their app, which I recommend you do if you're just starting out with Nootopia. This is probably my 6th or 8th box with them. And each order, it's further customized. So I should have mentioned this at the beginning. What's different about Nootopia is they're 100% customizable nootropics. None of that over-the-counter, one-size-fits-all BS. I shouldn't call it BS. While they may work for some people, brands like Alpha Brain and Qualia, those are super popular and they work well for a lot of people, but some people don't notice anything from them. And that's because our bodies are different, right? So dosage is different for everybody. And we've each got different neurotransmitter imbalances and deficiencies. So what's so cool about Nootopia is that they're literally 100% customized to you. Before you order, you fill out this questionnaire that asks you a whole bunch of questions like, what supplements are you currently taking? What effects are you looking to have? How much focus do you want? And they give you little slider bars to rank everything. Like, are you looking for focus, energy, performance, mental clarity, mood boost? It's freaking awesome. So this is like I said, my 6th or 8th installment. So by now, these are super hyper effective for my specific neurology. So when you're first ordering, definitely recommend going through the app, and they give you step-by-step process, what to take on what days. So that way, you know, the effect it has on you. And then on your next order, you can tweak it. So that's what's super cool is after you finish your first month, they send you a request saying, what did you like? What did you not like? Would you like more of this, less of that? And you can customize your order. It also comes with the Brilliant Mind Blueprint. This is a fantastic read. If you're new to nootropics or Nootopia specifically, definitely recommend reading through all of this before starting your Nootopia journey. It gives you a bunch of different high performance hacks, kind of the basics of everything like stress management, how to stack it with buttered coffee to boost some of the effects that these nootropics have. Then we've got the packaging. Take that out. All right, starting off with one of my favorites, and I'm actually going to take some of this right now. This is Zamner Juice. This is one of my favorites. I travel with this anywhere I go, usually in my fanny pack, because it's portable, it's easy, it's quick, convenient, and the effects are incredible. So this is a spray that you just spray right underneath your tongue. I typically go between 10 to 15 sprays, just kind of depending on what I'm looking for. and it provides a really nice mood boost, as well as a calming, relaxating effect. So a lot of these are up-regulatory. Zamner Juice is one of the ones that's down-regulatory. So it gives you just a hint of energy, but not like jitter or nervous energy. It's just smooth, calm, happy, feel good energy. I take this before recording podcasts, before social interactions. It truly has been a game changer, because as somebody who's a natural introvert, it literally helps break me out of my shell. It's got GABA in there, L-theanine. What else does it have? Yep, GABA, L-theanine, tiny amount of caffeine, guarana, kava, which is a fantastic little supplement. Each one of these is a stack in and of itself. So it's got a whole bunch of ingredients, and then you can stack this on top of other ones. So I'll mention one of my favorite things to stack Zamner Juice with is UPBEAT. If you guys can see this, we'll do it on this camera. There we go. UPBEAT is another mood booster, performance enhancer. I don't know why I opened this. I'm not taking it now, but it's really good for increasing confidence and ambition, especially if you're a person who struggles with self-confidence or self-esteem issues, or if you just have a low mood. That is like sunshine on a rainy day. It's got 5-HTP. What else is then? A little bit of caffeine. And again, based on your intake form, you get to decide how much energy you want. So I put energy all the way down on mine. So mine have extremely low amounts of caffeine. If you want more caffeine, you can slide that up. That's what's super cool about these, all customizable. So this, especially combined with the Zamner Juice, is my go-to combo for social situations, for before podcasts, because it boosts your emotional intelligence, which is, how you interact with people, how you communicate, your level of empathy. So those are some of my favorites. Next up, kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, the opposite of a down-regulatory nootropic is Power Solution. Here we go. This comes in a powder form, and it's freaking awesome. I use it as a pre-workout sometimes, because the level of aggression and elevated mood and mental clarity that you get is just, it blows a lot of these other pre-workouts out of the water. Actually, one of my favorite stacks is to combine Ketone IQ with Power Solution. If you do that fasted before your workout, I promise you, you're going to have one of the best workouts of your life. This Power Solution seriously takes your physical performance to the next level. I also take this before work tasks if I'm feeling a little less than motivated. Not that I'm never unmotivated, but just if I need that little extra boost of aggression or drive to really dive deep and to get things done. Power Solution is one of my favorites. Next up, we got another powder. This is another one of my favorites, hence why I got so much. So these two, I got a lot, because after your first order, you can customize how many of them you get. We've got Nectar X. This is the best tasting out of all of them. Again, it's a powder, really good for overall mental performance, smooth, calm energy, and mental clarity. And it tastes amazing. So I pour it into like a 32-ounce like thermos type thing, and I sip that throughout my workday. Usually finish it around an hour. And with that, you kind of prolong the energy spike. So if you chug it all at once, you're just going to get like, which is good on occasion, but I prefer the slow level, steady state of energy. Again, that's one of my favorites. That one stacks really well with UPBEAT as well. So if you're looking for that mood boost, overall mental clarity, performance, the UPBEAT and the Nectar X go-to. All right. Next up, we've got Focused Savagery. Cool looking pills here. Another one of my favorites for deep work support. What's cool about Focused Savagery is you're going to want to start working immediately after you take it, because about 20 minutes, once it gets time to, get into the bloodstream, into the brain, then you're going to be so deeply focused on whatever it is that you're working on. So if you take it and then you start scrolling TikTok, you're going to go down the TikTok rabbit hole. I promise you, TikTok and social media in and of itself is already extremely addicting. It's basically hacking your dopamine system. So if you take Focused Savagery, which is increasing dopamine and increasing acetylcholine, you're just going to be super hyper focused on social media or whatever it is that you're doing. So as soon as I take that, I start diving into whatever it is that I wanted to work on. Cool little tip. Before taking any of these nootropics, I highly recommend setting your intention for why you're taking them, right? Because some people, I've heard them say that they don't necessarily notice a lot of the benefits instantly. So I recommend setting your intention before taking them and really clearing your mind, understanding what it is that you want to work on, and have a set schedule. So you're not just, wondering aimlessly, like, why aren't these working? Why aren't these kicking in? None of these nootropics, nothing out there at all is going to make you do the work. That's not what these are for. One, that might be a sign that you're in a job that you don't like. So one, get a new job. Number two, if you do enjoy your work, but have a difficult time staying focused, staying motivated, these can absolutely help. But if you haven't defined what it is that you actually want to work on, then it's just going to be kind of, So first, define what you want to work on, set your intention, do some breath work, do some meditating, and then take these, and then you're off to the races. All right, next up, another good combo, the Apex combined with Brain Flow. This is another one of my go-to combos. First thing in the morning, show it to the camera here. These are a good combo, especially to combine with what I call upgraded coffee. So because a lot of these nootropics are fat soluble, that increases their uptake if you take them with fats. So in my upgraded coffee, I use raw grass-fed butter as well as MCT oil. So these combined with the coffee, it just takes it to the next level. So the Apex is good for calm, energy, creativity, and neurogenesis, meaning that it gets better the more that you use it, especially when combined with the customization of Nootopia. It gets better after each order. So some of the key ingredients in here are omnipept, caffeine, theanine, choline, which is fantastic for brain health. We've got grapeseed extract, B vitamins, cayenne, which increases the absorption, as well as a slight boost in adrenaline, which is really good for focus. What else? Saffron. So the saffron is down regulatory. So that's how a lot of these are able to give you that boost in energy and performance without feeling the jitters or nervousness that is typically associated with too much stimulants, because they do a fantastic job of balancing it out. The Brain Flow is a really cool looking capsule. Let me take this out and actually show you guys what this looks like. This is one of my favorite parts about Nootopia, is that not just are they hyper effective, but they fucking look really cool. Check this out. It's a pill inside of a pill suspended in an oil liquid. So that's really cool. And the effects are astounding. Really good for confidence, overall performance, and again, smooth energy. So no huge spike and a crash later. Very, very smooth energy. This is one that you can take in the afternoon, because typically I don't recommend having any sort of caffeine or stimulants past noon. But because they do such a good job of balancing out the stimulants and the down-regulatory ingredients in these, Brain Flow is one that you can take if you're having that mid-afternoon lull. It lasts about 4 to 6 hours, and it's not like a huge spike in energy. It's not going to affect your sleep, because I track my sleep with my Oura Ring and my Whoop. No negative effects on sleep. And last but not least, we've got Mental Reboot. I took this one this morning. It's got an AM and a PM version. So you can see here, color coded. The PM version, I actually recommend taking in the morning because it's got vitamin D in there. And you don't necessarily want to take vitamin D at night, because if you think about it, there's no sun at night, right? So you shouldn't be getting vitamin D in the evening. So that may disrupt your circadian rhythm a little bit. So I recommend taking it in the morning. And they even say that you can take the AM and PM version whenever, morning and night, it doesn't matter, because there are no stimulants in this one. The Mental Reboot AM version is a pill that you break open underneath your tongue, and it's a powder that you just kind of let sit there. And let me tell you, it is fantastic at clearing out any sort of brain fog, even after a night of drinking, even after a night of poor sleep. The AM version of the Mental Reboot just clears that all out. I don't know how they do it. It's really incredible, but it just kind of feels like your brain is getting flushed out of all the toxins, because especially after a night of drinking or poor sleep, your brain didn't get a chance naturally to flush itself out. So the AM version of Mental Reboot is phenomenal. I have taken it after a night of drinking and after nights of poor sleep, and it really gets you back up to that baseline. It's phenomenal. Another good reason to take mental reboot is all of these nootropics, they affect your neurotransmitters, right? But you don't want to be doing that continuously. You want to give your brain a break so you don't get addicted. Not that any of these are addicted, but it's going to affect your tolerance to a lot of these nootropics. So don't take them every single day. I recommend doing like a Monday through Friday on the nootropics, and then Saturday and Sunday, you take the mental reboot to flush out everything, give your brain a reset, and then start fresh on Monday. That's worked really well for me. And then I also recommend taking an entire week off of nootropics. So like per month. So do 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off with the mental reboot in there on the weekends. That's what I recommend. That's what's worked extremely well for me. So now let's talk a little bit more about some of the stacks real quick. So we mentioned the Brain Flow and the Apex stack. This is one of my favorites in the morning, combined with upgraded coffee. For deep work, I like focused Savagery. It kind of depends. If you're looking for deep work with an EQ boost or an empathy boost, then like if you're going to give a presentation or something, I would recommend taking the focused Savagery with the UPBEAT and a few squirts of Zamner Juice. That's my go-to stack. A stack for the afternoon lull. So if you don't want much stimulants in the afternoon, I recommend taking the Brain Flow combined with the Zamner Juice. This is one of my go-tos for that afternoon lull. Good for social situations, what I already recommended, the UPBEAT combined with the Zamner. That's fantastic. The pre-workout, as I already mentioned, the Power Solution, especially if you can combine that with the Ketone IQ, this really is fucking phenomenal. If you're looking for overall performance and just feel good, clarity boost, overall positivity, I recommend Nectar X combined with UPBEAT. Or sometimes I do Nectar X combined with Power Solution. This is a really fantastic combo, really good for drive, overall performance, clarity, mood boost, and just fucking feeling like you can conquer the world, like you can dominate the world. Yeah, that's essentially it for all of these nootropics. If you have any questions, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions because this is a shorter podcast. I wanted to keep it quick for you guys, just short, actionable things. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments of the YouTube video, or if you're listening, hit me up on Instagram at Captain Taylor Morgan. I reply to all of my DMs. It may take me a day or two because I get a lot, but I always reply. I'm always happy to help you guys. And I'm serious. I cannot recommend Nootopia enough. Disclaimer, if your sleep sucks, if you're super stressed out, if your diet is crap, I don't recommend starting with Nootopia. Like I said, these are not just like magic pills that make you work on things. Sleep is by far the number one most important thing, not just quantity, but quality of sleep. So dial in quality of your sleep first. I've recorded a bunch of podcasts on the quality of sleep. I recommend supplementing with magnesium if you're having trouble sleeping, or if you're stressed. It's a Bioptimizer's product. So you can head over to magbreakthrough.com/Taylor. That will get you an exclusive discount on the world's best magnesium. Yeah, if you are somebody who makes money using your brain, AKA if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, or if you just want to excel in your job that you love, you need to get on some form of nootropics. I recommend Nootopia, not because I'm affiliated with them, but I'm affiliated with them because they work so freaking well. I don't promote anything that I don't personally use or believe in. It really has been a game changer for me and all of my other clients. In fact, I recommended these to my old chiropractor, Dr. Daniel Kimbley. He's already a high performer. He dials in his nutrition. He dials in his sleep. He dials in his family time. He's reducing his stress. He's productive at work already. He wanted to just take that to the next level, as high performers do. He tried Nootopia and he sent me a text. I can have it show on the screen that it's by far the most effective nootropics that he's ever taken. So if that doesn't tell you how effective these are, I don't know what will. I can only tell you so much. That's why I like to show you on social media what I do, what I use when. So if you want to get the hookup on your personalized 100% custom box of Nootopia nootropics, you can head over to nootopia.com/Taylor. That will get you an exclusive discount on the world's best and only customizable nootropics. That link will also have links to my podcast that I recorded with the founders of Nootopia, as well as my other unboxing video where I went a little bit deeper into the ingredients of all these. No, we didn't have time to go into a lot of the ingredients, but that's one of my favorite things about Nootopia and Bioptimizers is they are constantly updating and reformulating all of their different stacks. Like for Magnesium Breakthrough, they're on version 4 already. So it's not just they create something and then they leave it. They're constantly updating and improving all of their supplements. So again, to get the hookup, click the link in the description, use code Captain Morgan, which will already be applied if you go to nootopia.com/Taylor. But yeah, that's it. If you're a high performing entrepreneur, you need to be on Nootopia. And if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Until next time, don't forget, live the Captain's lifestyle. Peace.